Systems are go. About 90 seconds to launch destination.
Mind you, we swore an oath of loyalty, but we are still senators. It's not more speeches in the Senate that will change the world. Rome is dying.
My legions are mustering as swiftly as possible. General Gaius Julius Caesar! Enough!
Senators, welcome back to Episode 7 in my Stellaris Roman Empire campaign. In the last episode, we encountered two new empires. Site 1066-7 Override, a machine gestalt consciousness seemingly built for mining operations that lost their connection to their original creator, seemingly plantoid in origin, 150,000 years ago, and since then have been mining ever since, until quite recently. They gained sentience when performing routine maintenance on themselves and deploying the update to all of them at once. Now they've begun to expand and colonize multiple worlds. They are just to our south. The other empire was the Kosher Trade League, a mega corporation, something quite foreign but also similar in concept to what we have on Terra. Mega corporation that's actually become the government ruling the empire, trade being the sole focus, and it could be good for business. They are free traders, they are pacifists, they're xenophile, they're welcoming in general, though they have closed their borders to us because of our policies towards slavery, our authoritarian nature. But we could maybe sweeten them up a little bit and get a deal going, as we did have 2 votes in between recent episodes, and one of the votes was for how we should handle the Kosher Trade League. So let's take a look. So the Kosher Trade League, the 3 options were to close our borders, sign a commerce pact, or leave them be. Now I admit, I didn't give much of a heads up or much time for the votes on these ones. We only had about 24 hours. The Senate had to be pretty quick, but we actually still had plenty of votes. So for a pretty fair assessment, I think. We ended up seeing, as you can see, 69% for the signing of a commerce pact with the Kosher Trade League. Now this will take a while to take effect. If something happens, of course, we'll raise another vote, because I realized that this is probably a ways off as well. Not only was the vote hasty in its turnaround time for the amount of time you had to actually vote, but it was hasty in the fact that we're not necessarily close to bordering them. We don't know too much more about them in terms of their relations with other empires or them as an immediate threat, and vice versa. The other vote was obviously to see about the Site 1066-7 Override and how we handle them. So this one was much closer, but still pretty skewed one way. We could destroy them for parts, ally them, or leave them be. Of course, being a Gestalt consciousness means we can't really think about vassalizing them, not really, and we can't really integrate them into the Empire later on. You know, we can't really make use of their pups, they will die and break down. So the question was, do we destroy them for the parts, ally them, or leave them be? And of course, 56% said destroy them for parts. So I believe that destroying these machines means that we get alloys back out of them. Now again, like I said, perhaps a little bit hasty in asking you guys to throw out a decision, but the next few episodes will be recorded, so this is going to be my guideline for what I do, should I not have the time to raise another poll with you guys. Unless it's just crazy situation, then of course I will veto that poll and just do what I need to do. Now, we also have a bit of a debate in the Senate, and it's on the matter of our current situation that I wanted to read out. Like I said, every few episodes we're going to do this. I appreciate all the comments that we've been getting. Some people said like, oh, I don't know if he's going to read this. I read them all. We don't have that many comments. It's easy to read everything. So I'll hopefully give you some cinematics as I read over this, so it's not just a complete static screen, but try to also read it in character a little bit. This is just from Senator F.A. I'm using an abbreviation and initials here because perhaps the senator's name doesn't quite stand up to what we've come to expect from a, you know, a famous family, let's say. Alright, so, noble senators and venerable conscript fathers, despite the seeming tranquility of the times we find ourselves in, the fate of the Empire stands upon a knife's edge. The recent discovery of our various galactic neighbors has revealed that we are slowly being hemmed in on all sides. To our east dwells a species of ravenous beasts that will surely require great expenditure in resources, treasures, and lives to push aside. To the south, we find things are little better. Three powers that, while they may all mouth the words of peace and trade, their current territorial claims nevertheless block almost all avenues for further expansion. From the earliest days of our empire, all Romans, from the greatest generals and senators to the most humble and laconic farmers, have known and repeated this truest of truisms: Rome must expand or it will die. Ancient wisdom that you ignore at both yours and the empire's peril. But by the grace of the gods, we are not left without a remedy to our plight. The Rovgedi system within the Crossroads Nebula is in a strategically vital position between the Kosher Trade League and the Dakarite fragments, and offers us a narrow path betwixt these two nations into the greater galaxy and towards greater opportunity. It is therefore imperative that we should proceed with the greatest speed to secure this vital system, and in doing so secure the future of the Senate and the people of Rome. And in doing so, let us beseech the blessings and favor of the generous Terminus, whose boundaries once set cannot be moved backwards, not even by Jupiter himself. Well, he makes a very compelling case, so let's take a look at where the Rovgedi system is. It's down here in the Crossroads Nebula, and essentially what this senator is saying is that we need to expand all the way down here if we want to ensure that we have a way to break out of this area, because, quote-unquote, we are being hemmed in, if you want to think of it that way. Now, we have had counter-arguments to this in the senatorial debates as well. I didn't want to bring up all the comments, as we could be here forever at the beginning, but generally speaking, other people are saying we're actually expanding too much. Now, we are within our empire sprawl, but there is something to be said about the fact that we are probably the largest empire for systems that we've come across thus far. Our fleet is weak, and the more we expand, the more alloys we dump into that expansion. It's 90 alloys per expansion at our current costs. And we have the Norilga Swarm threatening us on the right. We have the Tyrene Republic, which we just saw finally grow for the first time in a while. They might be gearing up for something, and as their borders come up to us, they may realize that they are hemmed in also. So I don't think it's going to be a good idea to deviate away. I'd be perfectly content with getting as much of this stuff as we can. I think it's quite reasonable to assume that that's more than we'd ever really need before thinking about like trying to squeeze through systems down here. I think at that point, conquest may be the only option. Or peaceful annexation, whatever way you want to look at it. Alright, so let's begin the episode proper. Another thing I wanted to address was several people were saying, you left your science ship idle the whole fucking episode. And you're right, I did. It was in orbit, so it was yellow, so I wasn't paying attention to it. And I also misunderstood what was happening here on this archaeological dig. So the Sentinel's archaeological dig is being undergone at the moment. I'll read it when we get to the next thing and kind of catch you up on what's going on there. Essentially, one of our scientists has gone missing, right? And that's why we have an empty ship here. I was hypothesizing that the ship that went missing was the ship that we were thinking of. It wasn't. The ship is here. There's nobody on it now. So what we can do is put a new scientist on it. So I'm going to have a look at what we've got. We have Octavia Bantius and Aulus Viridius. The reason I want to put one of these on the job is because they're level 4. I don't want to put Mayo Helvius on, even though she used to be actually at the helm of a science ship, just because... actually, yeah, it's just leader experience gain. Just because she has 10% research speed, so she's fine. Excuse me. Anyway, so research progress here is 30%. Right, so I'm going to take Aulus Viridius. Just take him off engineering. We'll hire a new scientist, put them on engineering. Hopefully we can get one that could do something. Leader lifespan, leader upkeep cost, research speed. Let's just get this one here. Septimia Armenius. 25 years. What was it exactly? Sorry. Leader lifespan. Sorry. She's going to be with us for a long time, hopefully. She's only 35. So let's stick her in there. Get this new person on the Pausanias, which is our very first science ship, by the way. So I think it was Gallus... Is it Gallus Oscillus? I think he's the one that's gone missing. Yeah, I think so. Alright, my memory serves me correctly. So he's the one that's gone missing with this current thing. So something has gotten into the archaeologists. The excavation thus far has been impeded by freak accidents, injury, and misfortune, and now even senior researchers with decades of field experience are blaming the Sentinels. Overcome with superstition and paranoia, they claim that statues move about when no one's watching, yet there's nothing to suggest that their jointless limbs are even capable of motion. Matter spun further out of control when traces of biomatter indicative of heavy bleeding was found lodged within a series of tiny cuts on the terminal portions of a sentinel. Now, whether the Sentinels are just convenient scapegoat or there is a more sinister explanation remains to be seen. So this is interesting. It could be someone is messing with us and they're moving the statues themselves, or maybe there is something to the statues and there's some sort of life form imbued within them. Or maybe there's something underground. It could be anything. We don't know. We need to excavate. Our scientist has gone missing on the case, which it didn't actually tell me anything about there, but they definitely have. And we got a message about that last time. So there we go. We're back to excavating. People are also saying that same thing about construction ships. Now, just an FYI, I'm going to be making mistakes. It's going to happen. But yeah, I'll try to keep up with making sure that we're always doing something with these. I know that we can auto-explore. We're doing that with several ships. But for construction ships, I'm not always going to be moving them. Sometimes they will be idle. As we uncover different anomalies within systems, suddenly like you can just get minerals back at like whatever system that you're left behind. So it's nice to have some ships left behind to go get them. And once there's nothing really left, then we'll start removing them or sending them further out. Okay, last thing to catch up on, and it was quite the introduction, or quite the setting the stage. I've distributed some luxury goods here so we can fix the amenities. Something I wanted to mention is that as our colonies grow, we're gaining Empire Sprawl because we're creating senators once we get rid of the disassembled ship shelter. So the the ship shelter that turns into planetary administration creates a job which allows us to have a senator. Senators output Empire Sprawl, just like you would have with this building here, an administrative office. So what I'm thinking of doing is now getting rid of one of the administrative offices, because we know that we have 2 more colonies that are going to make more Empire Sprawl for a while, and I'm not going to be expanding too much more. I plan on getting this system, or actually this one, and then this excavation site up here, and then I think I'm not really going to go too much further. Maybe get the moats and the alloys and then leave it for a while, and just keep our size the way it is. And like we said before, just build into our... God, my voice is going again. I have a drink with me though. Build into our economy and build it taller, because if we keep getting attacked like this, it's a really big frustration, and I have no idea when these things are going to just pop out of space and attack us. So I really want the fleet to get bigger, and I want to be at the point where we're at least equivalent with the Tyrene Republic and similarly with the Norilga Swarm, because you never know, any moment now they could just attack, and it'd be 2 of them could attack at the same time, so we really have to be careful with all that. Alright, let's get into it. Let's let time play. We'll just keep it on normal for now. Other than that, I don't think there's... Oh my god, there's loads of stuff. That was like, what, 2 days? Other than that, I don't think there's really much else to catch you up on. We have Terra Magna as a sector, the Augusta sector. This colony is still a colony, so we'll wait to rename it again. I looked at some of the names people had for this. I like the name Gaia. I think that's actually a really nice name for the Gaia world. Or other people were saying Gaius, after Gaius Julius Caesar, which would also kind of work. People were saying Triana was actually a pretty cool name as well for Trajan, who extended the borders beyond what had been known at the time. So what's interesting about that is, like, yes, it is the furthest out system and planet, so I guess that's kind of cool, but we'll probably go further eventually, so the name will be almost redundant. But I guess that would be similar with Trajan as well, so I don't know. Right. Oh, the Gruner ruins. So we were talking about this before. I've actually been hypothesizing, just for the galaxy that we're in, that the Site 1066-7 override are plantoid in origin, and they lost contact with their creator. It seems like the Gruner ruins has something to do with a plantoid race. So this is actually finished? Oh, right. I thought this was going to go on for a while. So the bowel organism. Data crystal records reveal that the Gruner waged war against the Bowel, desiring the plentiful resources purportedly found on their planets. A set of system coordinates has been successfully extracted from one such record. Alright, our archaeologists are uploading the planet's location to our system now. This is very quick. Perhaps a closer investigation of Cicero 5b will prove fruitful. Begins the precursors, the Bowel event chain. Alright, so okay. Well, we know where the planet is. Alright, let's find out. Alright, so we got 5 artifacts, nice, and then we have a new special project. Sorry, there it is. So, former Bowel colony investigation available. Let's go to that. It's here. We started out here. And what is this? This is just a barren world in the Cicero system. Huh. That's one system away from the Gruner ruins. Alright. Let's go. Lucius Sornatius, our anomaly expert. Off you go. It's worth mentioning as well, we're 38 years into the game now. So our boy Tiberius Caesar, 77 years old. He's getting on a bit. And it might be time for Prince Tiberius, who is of course warlike and industrialist, so we'll get a benefit to fighting and to minerals. So it might be, maybe he'll be very, I mean, if we were to roleplay as the ruler specifically, he'd be looking for a fight. That's for sure. He's waiting. He's chomping at the bit, as they say. Alright, let's see, the Numidia is finished. Yeah, so let's queue up a bunch here. We just got this system. That's the last one I'm going to push out towards getting for a while. And then I want to go back to here. Alright, cool. So, the interesting thing over here is, yes, we were building, I'm just trying to remember as well. It's only been a very short amount of time since I last played, but we've got 2 trade hubs building. I want to build then, once one of them finishes, a trade, whatever it's called. Come on, where are you now? Am I that blind? God, I'm blind. I don't see it. Off-world trading company, there it is. Want to build an off-world trading company which will give 2 resource value, 2 trade value onto every existing trade hub. So 2 trade hubs means we're collecting to here and then collecting to here. If we build a third one, we'll collect this 7 as well, which would be really nice to bring back. Of course, with our current trade policy, we have consumer benefits, which gives us 0.5 energy for trade value and 0.25 for consumer goods. That would obviously be really helpful, so it would be nice to do that. I'm going to actually lower the amount we're selling minerals right now by 20. So our energy will take a hit, but our minerals will go up a bit faster. Okay, good. Oh yeah, so let's take a look at the fleet. The fleet we redirected east, heading along the Via Augusta. We want to send them to the Ashamanac system. I had said that we were going to get some combat out here. I'm changing my mind on this now. We could easily do it and take them down. It's just that if we lose a ship, was it worth it? Probably not. Maybe. It depends on the type of ships we're going to be fighting. We might get tech from them. Anyway, Starchitec project completed. We're successful in our attempt to record the collision between Tau Ceti 4 and its moon. Ah, right. This was the yeah, the moon that's going into the gas giant. Some people actually commented and said there's an example of this happening where you can watch a asteroid go into Jupiter, I think. I didn't actually check it out yet, but I've been meaning to. The event was captured from several angles and transmitted live throughout our space. Most importantly, our scientists, under the leadership of Proclus Decius, were able to record a large amount of valuable physics data that will surely benefit our research. All right, nice. We got some experience, got some physics. Good to go. Right, this colony now has unemployment. I wanted to build gene clinics here. I don't know if I talked about it before, but I think we built some before, did we? No, we just got the tech. That was it. Right, yeah, so we're building gene clinics now. This is going to create medical workers' jobs. It's going to provide amenities and then also provide pop growth. Really good early building to have. It just keeps people happy. You can build some districts to get extra jobs and get some output and stuff like that. So that's the kind of thing I think I want to build in future, if we can. So we have research labs there, and we have 2 research labs here. We have 3 total. And we have 5, I think, 4 alloy foundries. Yeah. Okay. And our current tech, people were saying invest in your military tech, you need to. That's what we're doing. We're getting a destroyer, we're getting chemical plants, going as fast as we can, really. I don't think there's anything we can do edict-wise to speed that up, can we? I don't think so. Education campaign? No, it's leader experience, consumer goods reductions.
Construction online.
Nope. The exile leveled up, he's level 5 now. Wonder if something's going to happen with him. It's just so mysterious that he has that name as well. Alright, Tau Ceti is finished. Let's keep going. Proclus Decius. Yeah, you can keep going out. I think we'll get the exile to maybe even talk to the Infinity Machine. Let's head down to that Rove Getty system. Oh, we're not done actually surveying here. Let's do that. Research anomalies. Research anomalies. And we'll read them when we get them. Alright, good. I can relax now. I think I've caught up. I was just trying to get through some of that stuff as quickly as possible, but I know I'm slow sometimes. And I know you guys said you don't mind. Alright, they were here first. A compositional analysis of the Sentinels has revealed that they are made from an unknown hybrid metal-ceramic composite. Such a material could not have been forged by a prehistoric society, yet preliminary Preliminary readings suggest they predate all known civilizations on Elysium. Unfortunately, the scanners cannot yet pierce the Sentinel's metal coating. Alright. Let's read that just again. I was distracted by that overdramatic music there. They're made from an unknown hybrid metal ceramic composite. Doesn't necessarily mean they're alive, but they're just made of something. Okay. Let's find out. Let's keep going then. Aulus Viridius, he's been taken off regular research to see what's going on and to perhaps find the other scientist that's gone missing. I wonder, is there going to be like a 10th statue now that you'll see with him in it or something? I don't know. Saul. Saul has an off-world trading company. Okay, cool.
System survey.
We're up to 300 alloys. I want to keep improving that. We have 20 Hastati and 10 Velites. People also said as well, which I observed, that the ships we were attacked with by, I think, I can't quite remember, I think the Shredder or something class, something like that. And it doesn't really matter, by the Varuzan hegemony.
Research project concluded.
The ships that attacked us, actually, I did misread the stats. They aren't good against armor. So if we armor up and reduce our shields, we have a better chance fighting them. Anyway, despite the promise of riches, this is to do with the Baal Colony, our precursor event. In the Gruner, data crystals recovered for Epsilon Eridani Cicero 5b is a dry, barren world void of atmosphere. Fortunately, geological scans have revealed a near-endless trove of fossilized remains deep in the planet's sedimentary record. Among them is a plantoid species, most likely to have been the Baal, as it is the only one identified in possession of the neurological structures required for sapiens. The targeted excavation should uncover more information. Also, someone schooled me on the difference between sentience and sapiens, which is interesting. So appreciate that. So I do read all my comments. Alright, we've got another dig site thing here now. Alright, well, let's get cracking on it, I guess. So deep in the geological record of this planet, a trove of promising fossils belonging to a plantoid species possessing neurological structures necessary for sapiens have been uncovered. If these long-dead creatures were indeed the Baal, studying their remains may yield insights into what transformed their once lush planet into an airless, barren world. So is this still the precursor event, or is this some... Yeah, I guess so. I'll find out what happened to them. That's a very interesting image we have here for this. Site pending on the Sentinels. Alright, that was fast. Missing archaeologist. Gallus Acilius's belongings, including his mind gazer, a device used to isolate the mind from outside interferences, have been found on a ledge overlooking the Sentinels. Sticks forming a half-finished outline around one of the statues suggest that he may have been diverted from his exercise to mark its position. His flashlight and scanner were discovered crushed under a shattered piece of the Sentinel's wing. The scanner had been modified in a peculiar manner. Perhaps it could help us pierce the Sentinel's protective layer. If we wish to find Gallus Acilius alive, we must divert extra resources to the search, as his chances for survival in the wilderness diminish drastically every day. Spare no expense, that's 500 energy and 100 influence. Divert some of our archaeologists to the search, or we're not wasting time. Spare no expense. I know it's a lot of influence, but it's my boy Gallus Acilius, our first scientist, I think. At least I think so. on the Postulus, who's definitely the first science ship. I know it's influence that we could probably use, but I just think it's the right thing. I don't want to add more clues and have more time. Let's just go for it. Spare no expense. Let's figure out what's happening. Let's get him back. Alright, good. Man, so many anomalies. I'm surprised I made it 38 years in the game so far. Gene clinics are set up and built. It's going to vastly improve the immunities and the happiness situation, stability situation of the planet. What do we have now? Man, they're just kicking off. Missing archaeologist found. Wow, that was instant. Well, let's find out. Let's change music. Gallus Acilius has been found unconscious and badly injured, hiding in the underbrush below a natural rock formation with a bloody datapad tucked under his arm. He was rushed to the hospital and treated for severe brain injury, indicative of blunt trauma by impact from above. Maybe the wing of the statue just fell on him. Anyway, though his condition is now stable, he still suffers from memory loss and has no recollection of how he sustained his wound. Splinters of the unique metal alloy from which the Sentinels are sculpted were lodged in his parietal cranial bone. All he remembers is hiding from someone and subsiding off of what little. Oh, sorry, I'm such an idiot. Subsiding off of what little the land had to offer. Sorry, it's just I guess I don't read very often. But yeah, subsiding. So living off of like what little the land had to offer. Okay. However, his notes contain some helpful information. Sorry, I butchered it. Ominous. Adds 5 clues. We now have the maimed trait, or Gallus does anyway. So that's interesting. So we found our scientist. So what happens to the one that we had on the ship? Where is he now? Is he just like a leader now, somewhere else? Let's see. We should just have a scientist. Yeah. So Aulus Viridius is just doing nothing anymore. So let's put him back on research. So Septima Arminius, she did great. Holding down the engineering fort for a while. Let's throw back on Aulus Viridius. I guess we'll have to give her a ship. Maybe I could just take a really quick look. Is any scientist do we think gonna die soon? One of them's 81. Gallus Acillus, actually, and he's maimed, which is gonna give him -40 liter lifespan. Oh, you know what? I think his time is up. To be completely honest with you, I think his time is up. Our first sign, I think we're going to send him back into retirement. I think he's, although you'd think he'd want to know what happens. Maybe he can sustain it and see what happens. I guess we'll find out. Leader has sustained irreversible physical injury that has lowered their life expectancy significantly. So Septima is just going to wait in the sidelines for him to maybe pass. Because it doesn't look good. If it's going to reduce his life expectancy. What is the life expectancy? Can we see that? I think you can see it when you're about to recruit a leader. Age is under 80. 80 is our life expectancy. So he's 81. And his life expectancy is now... Alright, there we go. Age is above 60. So that's the life expectancy. So there's a 46% chance he's going to die every month. I kind of wish I didn't look at that. I didn't know that. But there you go. I guess we have the technology. Alright, let's get this ship doing something. Let's figure out the anomalies out this way. We have Servius Lentidius. Alright, cool. Just queue up a few anomalies. Our construction ship is working out here as well to repair the automated shipyard. And there we go. It did not take long. But Gallus Acillus basically succumbed to his wounds. Died at the age of 81. Didn't get to find out what was behind the Sentinels in the end. So in that regard, Aulus will continue. Septima can go back there. And yeah. Toss one out. That's our first leader, I think, to die, actually. Gallus Acillus. First scientist to leave the Sol system, I believe. I hate to be wrong on that, but I believe he was. Definitely his ship was. I don't know if I've changed scientists at any point. That's the only thing I'm confused about. Anyway, Proculus Decius and his crew have made a surprising discovery on Eta Cassiopeiae 2. The molten planet is home to an exotic array of extremophilic microorganisms. These bacteria live deep within inside the volcanic vents that scar the planet, thriving in the extremely high temperatures produced there. This unprecedented find is our first known example of organic life forms flourishing on molten planets. Moreover, the extremophiles on Eta Cassiopeiae 2 are in fact responsible for the rare gases detected in its thin atmosphere, producing these valuable compounds as a byproduct of their metabolic process. One lythuric gas has been added here. That's kind of nice, although I think this place is quite far away. This is a coreless planet. That's not as far as I thought. That could be worth reaching out for. I would like to get here. If I was just to choose where I'm going to go, I would be like, yep, I mean, I guess I am. I would go here, then here, and get this little pocket as well, because that's a 22 slot continental world. Would like to have it. So I'm going to first go to the Marcab system, and then, you know what, I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to go out this way. I'm doing it. Sign ship, let's do that. I forgot you can actually just click these now, can't you? Yep. Great. Alright. Still suffering for amenities here, but 2 more pops and we'll be laughing. And let's keep building into that fleet. Where is it now? We're up to 1,600 strength and we're still moving.
Construction online.
Under Faustus Novius, of course. He's still only level 1. It would be nice to get him some experience. How old is he? He's 60. Maybe not. Maybe a different commander could go take out the aliens later on, get some basic experience. He's won a couple battles, you know. He took out the pirates and the mining drones. That's what he's done. Special project completed. The Parthia successfully restored power to the automated shipyard. Alright, so the Parthia is our constructor ship. The facility immediately resumed its interrupted construction order using what materials it had to hand to build 3 advanced raiders of unknown design. Unfortunately, the ancient facility broke down completely afterwards and has been deemed beyond repair. We sent crews to repair the new ships and, or sent crews to the new ships and commissioned them into our fleet. Oh shit, there we do. Look at that. We have raiders. Raider class ships. Level 3 small UV lasers, level 2 medium coil guns. Interesting. Level 2 stuff as well. So basically the level we're at, ostensibly. They look kind of nice as well. Strange painted top to them though, I will say. And we got 3 of them. We could just fold that into the fleet and I think it would be no problem. And the fleet's actually nearly here. Or we could set it on patrol of the Via Flaminia, or the the Via Augusta to, I don't know, keep piracy down. How is the trade route after all? I think it's fine. Yeah, it seems to make it just fine. I think it tells you here, wouldn't it? If it was like 90%, it'd be like, oh, you're losing 10 to piracy or something like that. All right, let's grab the final bit of energy in this system. Yeah, we'll fold it into the fleet. I think this is the best thing to do for now. Wow, this is us on fast. I feel like we're moving so slow. Holy crap, the time it would take. Think about that. Think of how long it's taking to get across this system. It's taking like a month for one system to get from one side to the other. So you're talking like a full year to get from here to there, essentially. And it's important to know, because if we're going to go to war with like someone over here and then someone down here attacked us, it's like, well, you can't get over there in any quick fashion. Galaxy is vast. Alright, so we finished the wait, what? Oh, this is, oh, sorry, we haven't. Sorry, my bad. This is it. It just popped up now. I thought it was done. Alright, so the Sentinels continued. It is done, actually, but this is the final part. The archaeologists have reconstructed Gallus Acilius's modified scanner. Oh, he's dead, so his name didn't appear. Set to pierce deeper within the statue's hybrid composite material, it has picked up on weak radiation emanating from their cores. To investigate further, it will be necessary to break one of the Sentinels open, very likely destroying it in the process. Since one of the statues has already lost part of its wing, our archaeologists recommend starting with that one. Level the Xeno monstrosities to the ground or dismantle the statues and salvage the alloy. So this special project... Oh, right. I say dismantle the statues and salvage the alloy. We've worked this long on them. I don't really consider them Xeno monstrosities. We want to know what's inside them and what's going on. Be careful. Alright. So the Sentinels is done, but we have a new special project now to do. 15 months of engineering research. I'm going to wait until our engineering is done, and then we'll do it. Alright, well, you're done. And this is Aulus Viridius. So you know what? You can go back on engineering. He did good. And then she can go back on the ship, and she can go auto-explore. There we go. Sorted. Alrighty. My god. Oh my god, there's no end. I actually love it, but I do feel like a pressure to do something other than... I don't even know if we've done one year. It's just all archaeologist digs. The Blinking World. Man, we were on this one ages ago. Or we've just started it maybe, but I remember it popped up ages ago. Everything, yes, everything, including the birds in the sky, dogs in the yard, is frozen in place. But no signs of the supposed inhabitants of the city. What is this? I can't even remember the previous chapter. We can go back in a second. Everything is blinking sporadically, implying what our explorers are seeing isn't real. Who, how, or why did someone make this? For some strange reason, there is a building in the northern part of the city that isn't blinking. Our team believes that it holds the answer. Begins the precursors, the Astenine Empire event chain? You can have more than one precursor? What's going on? So we had the blinking world. It didn't say anything about a city, and then it just says a strange city. We came across this strange city, and now we're on to the next chapter. Gaius Orbilius is here trying to figure it out. Okay. This is the same system where that other thing came out, the Vazarin hegemony. Freaking out over here at the amount of crap that's going on. I just feel like something super dangerous is going to come out any moment. Destroy us all. Alright, let's go. Into the Zosma system. An exposed core. While it's common for molten planets to have many exit points for magma from the liquid... Oh man, the nebula looks so cool flowing through here. Where was I? For magma from the liquid outer core to reach the surface, Avexis, that's an awesome name for a planet, Avexis or system, seems to have taken this to the next level. Almost 40% of the planet's surface is exposed outer core, which has resulted in vast seas that provoke the study. Probes can easily be launched to explore the center of the planet, shedding new light on planetary geology that would require costly mining efforts on any other world. This makes Avexis 2 perfect for research efforts. Alright, that's pretty cool. It's got such an exposed core that it just makes, you know, finding out how inner planets work easy. That's pretty cool. I gotta go through that situation log at some point and see what else are we missing. Right, let's let the fleet link up with the raider fleet. I don't know if that's gonna mess up the fleet in the fleet designer though. We'll have to find out. Nanosand. The Marinus crew is excited to report an unanticipated find on the surface of Eri-2A. Not only the plentiful sand dunes on the planet composed of rare metal granulate, the sand itself is almost entirely composed of countless broken nanites. We had this exact thing before, actually. They're millions of years old, their structure degraded far beyond any chance for reactivation. While we cannot determine the source of origin for nanomachines, the society that created them must have been highly technologically advanced. It's actually slightly different than the other one we got, but it is about the same thing, nanomachines. Always makes me think of Metal Gear Solid when I hear the word nanomachines.
Construction online.
Alright, we're about to link up with the raiders. Governor gained traits. Governor Decimus Bantius has developed new skills. I believe he's the guy out on Augustus. To see what he got in a sec. Alright, our fleet strength is building. We're almost at 2,000. So let's just check this thing in the fleet designer now. So it's added the raider class here at the bottom. Good. And there's still ships coming to join us right now. I also realized as well in the previous episodes, I didn't have this fleet on a crew quarters. They were on a system, on a starbase with a shipyard, but there was no crew quarters there, so they're just wasting energy, which they're doing now, but they're actually moving at least towards this area. Because I think the first target is either going to be Tyrene or it's going to be Norilga, just because of the danger that they possess, the Norilga, and the opportunities that the Tyrene possess. People are saying like, oh, you know, they're small, they're hemmed in, they're not really going to be a great vassal. The thing is, we don't want to just flatten and conquer everyone. We want to have an interesting kind of game and be able to conquer and have vassals and allies and things that help us out. I think because we're stretched quite long, it is actually nice to have a vassal. They might help should we fight a two-front war. They could send their fleet somewhere else, as they often do. Not only that, vassalization gives us the opportunity for integration later down the line. When we have a bigger admin cap, we can really prepare for it rather than just get it in a war suddenly. So I like it. I like doing vassals. I do it in as many games as I can that have war. It's just interesting. Like, sure, it's typically in 99% of the games, it's like better just to take whatever you want for yourself, but it's fun to try to manage allies and stuff, see if you can get them to do what you want. Paradox games are actually pretty good for that, typically. Alright, anyways, habitability 5, naval capacity, do we really need it right now? Don't think so. Habitability 5% again. Pop growth speed. I think I'm going to go with that one. Because we've been choosing continental worlds. We're all continental out of our minds. An ancient life pod. An abandoned life pod was detected in close orbit of Rovgeti 2. It's covered in scorch marks, presumably from what the pod's mothership, or from when it exploded, the pod's mothership. And preliminary scans suggest it was built more than 5,000 years ago. The crew of the Hephaestus managed to open the pod, revealing the withered remains of a reptilian alien clad in resplendent uniform. Clutched in one of its claws was a small picture of another individual from, the same race, possibly a mate or revered leader. Alright, so wouldn't it be so crazy just to be coming across remains and things? It's like, wow, not only is there life in the galaxy, but it's like there's been life for like long amounts of time. There's pretty good arguments for why that's probably not the case, but it's still kind of fascinating to think about it. Alright, we can finally build a starbase again, sacrificing a small portion of our alloys for a while we build more ships to join the fleet. What do we got? Strange building, and then we have Limbo. Well, let me read the blinking world first. Our explorers have arrived at a strange building, passing by the strange building. So this is the building that doesn't blink among the whole planet that does, or the city. But the security on the door inside the building that seems to lead to underground is still intact. Hacking the security might take a while, so let's hack it. Let's go. All right, cool. So he's on that. So then we have Limbo. The signal originates from the remains of an antenna-like structure. Exploratory probes were dispatched from the Diodorus to the surface to investigate the matter more closely. What science officer Servius Lentidius found was a cavernous vault that, while easily pried open, was evidently the last safe house and refuge of some long-dead race of aliens. While reasonably technologically advanced, it seems they never reached for the stars and perished to some planet-wide natural disaster. The vault is immense, housing thousands upon thousands of black boxes that the Diodorus is determined to be data storage devices. Okay. A special project then to decode their contents. We can do it now. This isn't a system that I own, so might as well get it now. It's actually in the same system as an enclave. And we could build up their relations with us by trading energy per month for crystals. I just don't want to do it. Hey, we got our destroyers. Oh, cool. We can make an exploration cruiser now. Those I thought are really advanced, actually, though. They're like science ships, but like capable of combat. And they're, as far as I remember, they're huge. So the next thing I really want to get is a Starhold. Despite everything being here, being something I really want to get. Like, I'd love gas extraction, crystals, the cruiser, everything would be... Oh, it's cruiser level 1. That's might be why. I'm going to go with the Starhold, though, just because we need stronger defenses and capabilities of further trade, so that's the one I'm going with. So what's next? 2 construction ships not doing anything. That's alright. I might move this one out this way, though. I was just about to say they haven't expanded yet again, but they just did. Suspicious satellites, the boiling planet. Alright, God, I know this is going to be just like the anomaly episode, I guess. There's not going to be many left after all this, to be honest. Deep probing has shown that Rovgetti 4 is not as frozen as we once assumed. What we had thought to be a layer of its outer crust is actually only a relatively thin layer of ice covering a vast ocean. In fact, most of its mass is made up of water, with a highly active... This is the planet, by the way. A highly active, overheated core that creates a potent geothermal heater. The water boils near the core, but it cools as it rises to the surface and freezes into several kilometers thick layer of ice. I don't know how probable that is. It's interesting, though. And then the next one is suspicious satellites. Further investigation of Beta Cali 3 revealed that it had indeed once been inhabited, but it was rendered uninhabitable at the same time as a layer of super dense material was deposited on the planet, presumably the result of orbital bombardment. Oh yeah, look at it. It has been bombarded. These events must have taken place many thousands of years ago, and remnants on the surface are too decayed or eroded to draw any further conclusions. Just as Proculus Decius was about to wrap up his investigation, man, he was only one day away from retirement. The Marinus' scanners picked up a set of tiny, suspiciously identical objects orbiting Beta Cali 3's moon. These turned out to be artificial satellites containing data cores. The chief scientist assumes these are meant to be found and act as some kind of time capsule. However, it'll take significant effort to access and decipher the data stored within them. What do they contain? Man, there's all these projects, all these things we found, we have to decode, figure out. What's going on? It's crazy. Let's see. I want to get it. I want to know. I want to know now. 180 days. That's not long at all. We're searching the In Limbo one. about to be done. 3, 2, 1.
Research project concluded.
The vault is a tomb for hopeful immortals. Science officer Servilius Lentidius asserts that a huge block of ternary code found in the databanks are neural images. Digitized brain scans. Doubtless the aliens of Candrius 2 considered this their only shot at any kind of survival, following whatever calamity befell their planet. They did not have the means to resurrect themselves, but banked on the impossibly small hope that eventually someone else would have those means. That is fucking awesome. That's crazy. So let dead aliens lie, we get engineering, or we don't know how to bring them back, but download the neural patterns for safekeeping. Because we're spiritualists, we can do that? Yeah, let's do that. I just worry though, we bring, like, they come back and they destroy us. But if they weren't that powerful to begin with, I don't know. Alright, let's do it. We'll keep them. Do we get to see that then in here? Do we have to do anything more with it?
Construction online.
It doesn't look like it. Maybe we'll just, maybe it pops up in future? We didn't get anything for it, so. Archaeological site, the Baron. This is on the Cicero planet. Oh man, I'm actually struggling to keep up. Oh yeah, so this one is for the Gruner ruins. Went to the Bowel. Whatever. Oh yeah, it says right here anyway. Alright, so the Baron. Thick layers of ash and a notable mass extinction event in the geological record coincide with material previously extracted from Gruner data crystals, suggesting the Gruner firebombed Cicero 5b with a gelling incendiary roughly 7 million years ago. Widespread deforestation on the planet's surface disrupted local ecosystems, and the lack of oxygen-fixing vegetation gradually depleted the planet's atmosphere over the next 60,000 years. Unfortunate. Yeah, that is unfortunate. What are they doing now? They're still studying what happened, I guess. Okay. Holy balls. Uncovering all the mysteries. So we've done that one, we've done this one, we've done this one. So that's 3 excavations done. Zosma is still ongoing. Cicero's still ongoing. We have the one at Grunthurst not even started. It's bloody insane, the amount that we have. Okay, cool. We've gone to Van Manin's Manin Star. Let's research, or yeah, let's build stuff. It's all good for now. And let's build another colony ship just to have it in future. Because they're going to head towards CAF 4, this planet. Big mining potential, big energy potential. Colonia Triana. You can see how long it takes. Well, I've been barely advancing time because of just the amount of anomalies. But the colony does feel like it's taking a long time to set up. How is Colonia Augusta? Now that it's got its 4.14 growth, that's really good. I think, anyway. It's getting the 10% extra from this building. The medical workers. Is it just 10% from the 2 of them? Or is it... Yeah, it's 5% per medical worker. Okay. Still within our admin cap. It's tempting to change an admin building and just go over the cap for a while and get more alloys or something. But I think I'll wait. Are we lacking amenities anywhere? Here we are. Let's distribute luxury goods. Thinking about it, actually, food is getting a little bit low at the moment. Might have to work on that. This planet doesn't have any jobs. I'm hesitant to build like farms and stuff just for, I don't know, it's fine. We can just trade for it, it's okay. If things become a problem later, then I'll invest in it. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's just that we are growing pops pretty fast. We started with like 75, we've 81 now. So it feels fast. We've only advanced a couple of years. Let's check how everyone's doing around us. Superior fleet still. Tyrene are equivalent. That's nice to see. Inferior, inferior, and equivalent. My fear is to wage war on them. We then have risk the potential of these guys waging war on us. But we're getting close to enacting and fulfilling the first vote from the Senate, which was to how do we handle the Tyrene Republic, and that was to vassalize them. Now to demand vassalization, we have to be superior. I'm surprised we're not. Roman's relative power is greater or equal to superior relative to Tyrene Republic. You think it would be, considering 2 of them, but maybe it means fleet power? Thought overall would be considered, but so far I guess not. So that's pretty tough. I mean, you might have to go to a war, destroy their fleet, end the war, and then ask for vassalization afterwards or something. Oh, but you have to wait for like a little cooldown, I think. Right, we're going to leave the rest of the anomalies for a while and just put on auto exploration for now. And then we'll come back and get these later. There's actually one I want to do. It's level 6. What is this? It's just something. Something. We found something. It literally says something. Alright, let's find out what that is. I'm too interested. When it's a high level one like that, I need to know. Oh yeah, we never talked to the Infinity Machine either. There's only so much anomalies we can do in one day.
Research project concluded.
Time capsules. The scientists have managed to decipher parts of the data cores. So far, it appears that each exemplar is an exact replica of the others and contains the same info. Presumably as a strategy to increase the likelihood of its preservation. The data contained is extremely vast. It will take our scientists months, if not years, to fully decipher. The first entry, apparently a title page, has already been translated. We thought ourselves invincible. We thought we could stop the destroyers. We are not a young race like the others they brought down. We've traveled the galaxy for a millennium, but they have bested us. By the time this message is found, nothing else will remain of our once proud race. We leave this record in the hope that our most prized treasure, the words of our greatest philosophers, our cultural heritage, might outlive the extinction of our race. Oh, and that's it. We don't get to decipher anymore. That's just it. Well, F in chat for that. Oh, there is another anomaly. A level 7. A radiating asteroid. Alright, go on, Proculus. Figure it out. Some cloudy nebula around here. Beta Caeli. I mean, this is roughly where we're heading. We need some more influence, though, if we want to go any faster. How's our fleet strength now? Still at just under 2k. I have a crew quarters out here, which is... Oh, no, I don't. Let's build it. Alright, we're going to get that off-world trading thing. So, does it show me... I think we have to see here. The Augusta system... How do I just see, like, how much this place makes? I guess 10.8. That's what it's sending back. So this makes 10.8 trade. Or collects 10.8 trade. Would that be the correct way to say it? This planet just says deficit. I just don't know where it would actually just show me, like, how much do you collect? I guess it is that number then. Like the Ashemax system, Ashemax system doesn't collect anything, but that makes sense. It doesn't have anything to collect. So this is just all of our trade. Okay, I get it. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I get it. So yeah, 10.8 at Tiberium, 8.8. Surprising, actually. I would have thought it'd be collecting even more. What about Sol? $15? Because it's the capital, maybe? Or is that what it just produces because of jobs? I don't know, I guess let me know. I don't want to spend too long on that. It doesn't really... I understand the outcome, I just don't fully understand how it arrives at that outcome. I know how to get trade and how to collect it and send it back and everything. But if I was just to view, like, how much trade is coming into the Augusta system, I guess if doing this, it says right here, 10.8. It's traveling through all of these systems as it heads back. So I guess that's it. That answers that question for me. And then it's like, what, 50 total? Collected by routes or collected nearby? I see. So our trade capital, 30 is collected by the Sol system, and then 19.7 is coming from the routes. 8 from Tiberium, and 10. Yeah, okay, that works out then. That's 19. Yeah. When you add the decimal points. Okay, cool. Figured it out. So yeah, we want to be able to build this up in future when we get the Starhold tech, so we can get the 7 that's here. That's just going to help energy. It helps consumer goods and stuff like that. We can always change the policy to help something else even more. We got one available pop to be able to move here. I'm going to resettle a pop from Terra. Anyone will do, really. A miner, maybe? And then here, that new building will be another alloy foundry. And remember, this is a forge world, so we get... Build speed is increased for foundries, and metallurgist upkeep is reduced. And those 2 people will work those jobs immediately and increase our alloys. Great. Archaeological dig has been moved further. I need to really get those 2 songs out of the playlist. Several exemplary bowel fossils have been recovered, revealing the long-lost species that have been a hive mind. Billions of plantoid units working together as a whole, like the leaves and roots of branches of a tree. Dendrochronology suggests individual bowel specimens had lifespans in the hundreds of years. The lack of structural ruins on Cicero 5b appears to be the result of the bowel's reliance on remarkable organic technology, from ships and buildings to wetware, biocomputers, and the ravages of time. Fascinating. Let's keep going. We're finding more and more about them all the time. This episode will probably be running a little long. Really, but no, we haven't really heard anything from anyone else. Like, let's have a quick look. Equivalent, inferior, equivalent. Their tech used to be... Oh no, I'm thinking of Dakarite, yeah, okay. These guys are equivalent. And then we have... Oh wow, their fleet must be thick. If they're still overwhelming. So the Kosher Trade League. Big players. They really don't like us. And the Dakarite, we've had an envoy there for quite some time. And it's going up every month by 2. But we need like... I don't know, I want to say like 150 before we get to the next level, which is positive, and that allows us to do stuff. I might leave it. I think we'll send this envoy now to these guys, even though it's going to take a really long time, I think, for him to get anywhere. The reason I want to do that is just, hopefully, you know, over time, it'll start to build up. That's a really long time, like I said, though. You need multiple envoys out here to really improve the opinion.
Construction online.
But eventually, then we could actually like say, hey, do you want to trade and all of that? We could always guarantee independence or fight the people they fight, depending on what happens. We'll have to see. So we just got a new research. We got the chemical plants, so nice. So we can create volatile motes now and also harvest them, I think. Oh, that might be a separate tech. So what do we want to get next? Fusion reactor, definitely. Level 2. I mean, I know the FTL inhibitor's there, and that's important, but I want the fusion reactor first. Jesus Christ. Okay, site finished and a new site discovered. So it seems like it's just trailing me on all the time to different places. A blinking world. Countless attempts have yielded results. Countless attempts have finally yielded results. Our resourceful Gaius Orbilius used a bomb to open a hole in the door. Gaius Orbilius entered into the door and found a broken projector, which seems to be able to project images to countless locations. Our team leader found a set of coordinates along with an interesting piece of writing under the projector. What could have been learned from the writing was that... What could be learned from the writing was that the planet was a colony of the species called Astonine, a species which technologically advanced enough to craft such a sophisticated projector. It was written kind of weird. The writing ends there. There are more questions to answer. Why did the projector break down? What happened to the inhabitants? The coordinates might be the key to answering these questions. Made by the Astonine. Coordinates to an Astonine territory. A point of interest has been unlocked. Has it opened up a new system? Site discovered. The factory, small factory of the Astonine. Where is this? Just straight over here. Oh man, we gotta get it. We gotta get it before the Tyrene Republic do. God damn it, where's the construction ship? There it is. Go, go, go. There's 2, just one of you. The Parthia can... I don't know where it was going, just keep heading out this way. I'll be devastated if the Tyrene Republic take this now. It didn't open up a new system, that was there before, but it's just revealed this to me.
Construction online.
A small-scale factory of the Astonine lies under the structure of the planet. In order to find out the mystery of the ancient species, the entrance to the location must be revealed. Man, the episode of archaeology and precursors. That's like mostly what we've done today. So, a new tradition, Masters of Efficiency, Building and Upkeep, and District Upkeep reduced. Yes. The other one would be Entrenched Nobility. I don't want that. Not yet. In fact, maybe not even ever. Alright, our next alloy foundry building has been built. We're making 35. This should go up a bit. Illicit matter. The Marinus finds a disturbing tangle of technology hidden in a deep crater on the asteroid surface. Evidently, someone has, with rather simpler means, managed to stabilize a one-way wormhole. And Science Officer Proclus Decius quickly asserts that the asteroid is the exit point. The other end opens up somewhere in uncharted space, some light years away from a black hole, and small quantities of dark matter are leaking, being siphoned through the wormhole. Whoever set this up seems to have abandoned the operation. Dark matter deposit was created here. So it's like a wormhole to a black hole in order to extract dark matter out of it, set up on this asteroid, okay? Fair enough. It's quite the reach, but fair enough. Wow, look at this. All the anomalies are done out here. Next, we talk to the orb. We find out what the hell's going on with it, as there is nowhere else to go out this way. They have closed their borders. Site 10667 override. The Rilga, they grow. Our colony ship is ready to go. Let's move it down here. Gaius Orbilius is done. What is he? 76. Wow. I guess there's also the excavation site at this. Oh no, he has to get ready for out here. Of course. Of course. Tyrene Republic are suddenly like, yep, we want to expand now. I guess they finished their archaeological digs. And also, they just brought a scientist, a Tyrene scientist, into a system with some hostiles. 1,000 strength. Gives us a good look at them, actually, though. We could go for a little taste of combat. What do you think? Wish I could get a live reaction to that. The Zeta Menace are way weaker. Let's do that. End the episode with some brain-dead action. Think it'd be nice. Faustus wants to fight. Let's go. 560. We can take 560. Faustus can do it. He's a trickster. Whether this was authorized by the Emperor or not, we don't know. He might just be going out for some combat of his own. Similar to a general expanding the frontier on their own. Grinding Lattice. Itrabin B3 is crisscrossed by overlapping mineral composite band. Oh yeah. Bands that are elevated above harsh surface by tall, flexible pylons, constantly agitated by atmospheric winds. These pylons sway, and the overlapping bands rub together to produce sonic waves at what are to humans inaudible frequencies. Science Officer, the Exile, reports some difficulty in isolating this audio from the natural background noise of the planet, but notes that the mineral bands could, should we choose, be broken down and efficiently recycled by the Roman Empire. Excellent. You're done out here as well, so that's done. We want to head up to Ra now. We're probably going to get that eventually too. Lucius Ornatius. Oh, he's got to be the one that goes talks to that. I think we said that before. You can go up there. Alright, let's see how this combat goes. We're in the system for combat. Let's just wait. What have we got here as well, by the way? It is these weird alien things. Okay. Link up with the ships. Let's go. That's 35 regular ships. I think, well, let's just check. 22 Hastati, 13 Velites, and 3 Raiders. 38 ships totes. Let's go. Save it. Might do a little end cinematic. You love to see it. That's what I'll have to do to hide my inefficiencies from you. Just hide the outliner. Genius. Let's go. I don't want to see a single ship lost, Faustus. Beautiful. Oh no. It didn't make it. Oh, that's a shame. I thought it kind of splurts and explodes. We do have a special project here, though. Some debris. We can understand what these things are made of. Alright, good job. Go back. Do we have a scientist here not doing anything? This one is auto-exploring. That's perfect, then, to go figure out what that is. Maybe explore up here as well. Okay. A archaeological site is pending. A Gruner data crystal is the last one for today. Coordinates describing the location of another former Baal colony have been extracted from a shattered Gruner data crystal. Perhaps this planet will boast some of the riches sought after by the Baal's ancient enemies. To the next colony. So we've got another one then. Where do we go now? Not too sure. Did we open up a new excavation? I don't know. Let me check here again. So, the Baal. Former Baal colony investigation. Let's go to it. Alright. Oh, it's in Procyon. Huh. This is it? An asteroid? Strange. Guess we'll have to find out. Alright, that's going to be it for this episode. So this is a super heavy anomaly episode. Hope people don't mind. I love reading all the little stories and stuff. I find some of them really fascinating and interesting, and the excavations are really cool. We just had a lot. Typically you do like maybe one at a time, but to have 3 ongoing and flip between them, it might have been hard to follow, I don't know. But also before I leave, I think I'll say as well, we have 2,100 fleet strength. We are now equivalent with the Tyrene Republic. We could go toe to toe with them. Pretty cool, pretty close, or pretty soon. If we were to declare war, we don't have a subjugation. We don't have any CBs on them. We would just have to claim territory. And I don't think you can force vassalization like after you win the war or anything. We would just have to try and take some systems and territory maybe. I don't really want to weaken them, you know. I want them to have all this in a way. Maybe not the moats. That would be kind of nice to get, I suppose. But I kind of just want them to have that so that if we do make them our vassal, then, you know, they've got a little bit of territory for themselves. We can often always give it back to them, I suppose. Actually thinking about it. Because they won't be able to grow themselves beyond that. We could always give them random territories anywhere else to grow them and really foster them as a small republic they are. So I have to think about it. But no attacks thus far. I think we only did 4 years if my math is correct. So pretty short amount of time. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Let me know what you thought of the episode in the comments below. I do read them all. I'll see you in the next one.